Hey, I have a question for you. Did you know that Amazon loses inventory or damages inventory on a regular basis? And while they do an okay job at reimbursing you, a lot of times they don't. Not until you find the issue and then let them know about it. That means combing through tons of reports and running things through Excel, doing all these complicated tasks. Luckily, I had my team build me software that does this all for me. I called it Refund Genie, and now you can use it too. In fact, thousands of our podcast listeners have already been using it. Here are some real-life results pulled from our FBA High Rollers Facebook group. So here we go. I'm going to omit last names, but if you want to go to our Facebook group, you'll see the post there. But Peter got back $946. Jared got back over $8,000. Sherry was using another service that got her $5 back, but got back over $6,000 with Refund Genie. Jessica got back $847, and she has a diligent partner keeping up with her inventory. Mark got back over $13,000. Andrea got back $2,200 in less than 24 hours. Kevin King, my buddy, he got back over $28,000 in less than a month, and Paul got back $13,900. Now, these are real people in our group, like I said, all of them. Feel free to join our Facebook group and do a search for Refund Genie, and you'll see a bunch of raving posts. You can join our Facebook group, by the way, if you're not in there already, by going to ampmpodcast.com/Facebook. By the way, Refund Genie is included in our suite of tools for all paid Helium 10 members, but you get 10 Amazon seller tools that you can use for other things like keyword research, keyword tracking, hijacker alerts, misspelling generation, brand gate checking, listing optimizations, keyword index checking, and so much more. The same tools that I use, the same tools that a ton of big sellers are using. By the way, we also have a 100% money back guarantee. We only want you as a customer if you're thrilled with the tools. So Refund Genie is just one of those tools, and it's included in there. Oh, one other thing, you can check to see how much money you may be owed from Amazon for free. Okay, so you don't have to be a paid member to at least see how much you might be owed. Okay, you can make that decision after you see the numbers. So take at least 2 minutes right now, head over to helium10.com. That's helium10.com, helium10.com.
Warning, the following podcast has been classified as insanely lucrative. Listener discretion is advised.
The products that I have that I've been selling now for a year and a half, I haven't stopped. Those things have been doing really well. My big sellers, the margins have slipped. They've dropped. Competition.
Your attention, please. Listening to the AMPM podcast may cause recurring revenue streams and unfair advantages over your competitors. Other side effects may include fatter wallets, fired bosses, and longer vacations. Listen at your own risk. Here's your host, 7-figure entrepreneur and online marketing madman, Manny Coates. Manny Coates.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AMPM podcast. My name is Manny Coates, and I will be your host, and this is the show where we talk about all things Amazon private label and how to generate recurring revenue streams 24 hours per day during the AM and the PM, hence the name of the show. Get it? AMPM podcast. As a matter of fact, I was sitting here with Guillermo Puyol and we were looking at this new advertising strategy related to Google. We're very excited to test this thing out. And while we were smiling at the possibility, we were making money. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. So guys, today I want to talk about my numbers. I haven't done this in a long while. So I'm going to talk about last month's numbers. I can say that the numbers for last month were, in terms of gross sales, were higher than any other previous month this year so far, so I'm on pace to do pretty well. I'm still a little bit behind on my goal pace being at $4 million for the year, but that's because I'm in a transitional state. I've got a lot of SKUs that are either being manufactured or in the process of being set up that are not online, not being sold. As a matter of fact, I've essentially leveraged myself out like crazy. I've taken all the capital that we've had and invested into all kinds of new products. We're going to be more than doubling our current SKU list. So basically everything I've done in the last year and a half, that's about how long I've been selling now on Amazon, I'm going to be more than doubling what I have. I believe that's going to be the number when it's all said and done. In December of last year, that was my biggest month ever, I did $405,796.63. That's what I did last December. And then this last month, let me click over to that page. I did $242,077.70. So almost $250,000. Pretty good My margins, I don't have the exact numbers. Normally in the past, I've given you guys percentages. I don't have the numbers yet because I did some promotions, guys, and that pulled down the number because I gave away, I think it was around $20,000 worth of product. So that's going to influence things, and I haven't factored that stuff in. But again, I'm always trying to shoot for somewhere around that 20% mark. I'm going to try to be building that up this year. I'm getting into products that are going to have a higher profit margin. The products that I have that I've been selling now for a year and a half, I haven't stopped. Those things have been doing really well. My big sellers, the margins have slipped. They've dropped. Competition has gotten pretty fierce, and I've had to drop my price point on a product that I was selling, let's say for $40, $45. I've had to drop those about $10. Okay, so that eats into that profit substantially. So I'm tweaking some things. We're doing a lot more bundling, instead of just selling something that has one product, maybe it has two, or maybe it has two different things. We're trying to make our products unique and stand out. That's what we're going to be doing for a lot of the new things that are coming out. And one of the markets that I'm going after, guys, is the Halloween market. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I didn't do it last year, just didn't have the time, the capital, just super busy. But this year, there's enough time to get into it. There's enough time for me to actually research things properly, figure out what is working well in the market, what I think is going to work well in the market anyways. Looking back at, products from last year that I was interested in and seeing how those products performed and how they are performing, throughout the rest of the year. I also think it's important for me to pick products that even after Halloween is over, they could potentially continue to sell, right? So it's not 100% for Halloween, but it's something that would be very Halloween-ish, let's say, right? Or you can use it for Halloween. So I want to try to cover my bases because it would be pretty terrible if I had something that, if it's a big poster that you hang up on the outside of your house and it says Happy Halloween, you can only sell that during Halloween, right? But if it's some kind of a costume, let's say it's a toga costume, you're going to sell really well during Halloween. And then there's the colleges and all the different parties and things that people have a need for toga outfits, right? That would continue to sell throughout the year, at least to some extent. So that's kind of the mindset. I'm simplifying it there a little bit. But yeah, so I'm at just over $240,000 for last month. I had a major stock out just recently that's affecting this month, which is kind of a bummer. And next month, I expect in July, I expect to be a pretty solid month because we should start having some of our new SKUs coming in. August and September, I think leading up to Halloween will be great. And if I'm not mistaken, knock on wood, guys, I'm going to do it right now. I think that Halloween will be my biggest month of the year to date for sure. And hopefully will probably exceed. I think it might be the biggest month ever for me if everything goes well. And up until December, I think in December, that'll probably be the month that crushes them all. I'm hoping for a 7-figure month in December. So those are my numbers. Again, adding SKUs. I am using lending now at this point. I've talked about this in previous podcasts. I think it helps. I've used Upfund. I've used Upfund in the past. When I did it, I was the largest funded campaign that they've ever had. Now, I think the amount that I did is it's commonplace. So I might actually go back to them just to get another loan sometime before Christmas for inventory purposes. But Amazon did just give me a larger loan. I got a $250,000 loan. The way it works is it pays off a previous loan. But I'm going to talk about that on a different episode specifically because I think there's a way to influence getting these loans. Maybe it's coincidence, but I'm going to talk about it on another episode, probably following this one shortly. So that's it. We'll keep this short. Those are my numbers. Still growing, guys. I don't just do podcasts, Oh, actually, let me do this. I don't even know. If I look at last year's numbers, okay, so this year it says, I'm mousing over May 1st, it says $242,077.70. Last year, May 1st, it says $145,783.82. So almost $100,000 more than last year for the month. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's not quite double, and I should be more than double if I'm going to be hitting my $4 million figure, my goal that I've announced. Myself and Kevin King announced that we're going to hit $4 million. So I've got to hustle, guys. There's a lot of growing to do. So that said, keep on crushing it, and I'll talk to you next time. Hey, you are not alone. Okay, we have over 19,000 Amazon private label sellers in our Facebook group. It's a huge community, okay? Tons of information is being posted daily, and I want you guys in there, all right? So there's a few ways to get there. First of all, you can go to Facebook, and you can just type in FBA High Rollers in the search field, and we should pop up, okay? That's gonna be us. You can also go to our website at ampmpodcast.com/Facebook, and that will redirect you. Or if you just go to the ampmpodcast.com site, on the top left, there will be a big, huge Facebook button, and you can click that, and that will also take you there. So 3 ways, guys, to get into our group. Please join. We should be able to get you approved for that group right away. And once you're in there, introduce yourself and join a huge community. By the time you get in there, it should be even higher than 19,000. It's growing fast. So there's a lot to learn in there. The podcast is just one way. The Facebook group is just an extension of that, and it's awesome and it's free. So please join us, and I'll see you on the inside. If you like this episode, definitely check out episode number 117. That's episode 117. That's where we go deep into how to find a rockstar virtual assistant, something that I'm doing right now, that I've already done. And if you've considered hiring a virtual assistant, a VA as we call them, you need to check out this episode. So that's episode number 117. Hey guys, there's a lot of training out there for beginners, but there's not much for those that are already crushing it, those people that are intermediate to advanced level sellers. Well, that's changed because we now have the Illuminati Monthly Mastermind training. So the number one question that everybody always asks is, well, why are you calling it Illuminati Mastermind? Well, the modern definition of Illuminati is a person that is enlightened to a specific subject. And we are enlightened on the topic of private label. So we're going to show you how to outrank, outpace, and outsell your competition. When you join the Illuminati Mastermind monthly training, you're going to be getting 90 minutes to 2 hours of training every single month via a webinar, a live webinar that you can attend, you can ask questions, you're going to be present. We'll also have a replay available to those people that are members. Now, we also follow that up about a week to 2 weeks later with a live Q&A. We'll go about an hour, 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours to make sure all the questions are answered. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, is this really advanced training? Is it beyond the basics? Well, I'm going to tell you some of the things that we've already covered in the previous months, and you can decide for yourself. So, we already covered how to run a full price lightning deal, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Very interesting, right? We also taught how to get massive free organic traffic from suggested search, or how to convert 1-star reviews to 5-star reviews, even if the reviewer is anonymous. How to get into AMS, that's Amazon's marketing service, without giving up a product. Or how to use your product questions to be on the first page of Google search. 20 sources that one of our mentors has used to raise money for his Amazon inventory, because cash flow is one of the biggest obstacles to growth. We've already talked about how to dramatically increase your sales with shopping cart and listing enhancements. We have a lot of students that are doing this, and it's blowing up their sales. We've talked about how to create audiences on Facebook of your Amazon customers, how to influence the canonical URL for better indexing on Google for your products. And if you don't know what a canonical URL is, you're going to want to listen to one of these back episodes, one of these back webinars that we've done. The Illuminati package insert that gets an 85% open rate and a 30% email sign up. This blows away any traditional insert that you would put into your products. And it's not a paper insert. That's the coolest thing about this. How to save thousands of dollars per shipment from anything that's coming from China and going to Amazon. Something that I use every single time. How to get your products featured in major newspapers, magazines, and TV shows. Strategies on how to use Google Shopping to actually drive outside traffic to Amazon or to your shopping page. That's content we've already covered. And like I said, every single month we add additional webinars, right? We're going to do one brand new webinar every single month. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you, if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to join elite sellers, okay, guys that are already crushing it, masterminding with 6-figure sellers, 7-figure sellers, even 8-figure sellers, then this is the program that you want to be in. This is the membership you want to join today. So to do that, we have set up a webinar. You can find out more information by going over to IlluminatiMastermind.com. That's IlluminatiMastermind.com. There'll be a link in the show notes. Once you're on that page, click that orange button, the register my spot now. Okay, that'll get you registered for the webinar. Full disclosure, let me say right now, there will be an offer made to you, an investment opportunity to join us. It's not going to be cheap, but it's not for beginners either. So we hope that you'll join us. One last thing, guys, we offer a money-back guarantee, an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. So try it for 30 days. If it's not for you for whatever reason, let us know. We'll refund your money. You'll be out and you'll be set. Don't miss out on this opportunity. The price may be going up. Join now. See you on the inside.
You've been listening to the AM/PM podcast hosted by Manny Coates. For more information, insider tools, and to get the resources mentioned in this episode, visit ampmpodcast.com.